Raider Nation, welcome back to the channel, bruh. Christian Wilkins to the Raiders, man. Hey, he was a player I talked about in my previous videos, and we got him. Definitely got him, man. Hit him with the hammer. Gave him a 4-year deal. 110. 82 mil total. 57 mil at signing. But 11 mil on the cap right here is what I'm looking at. So that's good. That's pretty good, man. Under 15 on the cap. I'm liking that, man. Great move, man. We hit with the hammer. Our first move was our best move. We hit with the hammer. As far as defensive tackle, yeah. Defensive line, yeah. I don't know. Maybe draft a defensive end? Another defensive end? I mean, I think Tyree going to get a lot of playing time now. You got Tyree, then you got Christian Wilkins right there. I mean, who else we got? You could draft another one. I mean, we got Young. We got Byron Young. I mean, we don't know what we're going to get out of him. Got Nestor Jade, I think. We probably bring him to training camp or something. But yeah, I mean, we could definitely go draft another defensive lineman. I mean, I kind of want to see Kuntz lock up that spot. And for me, I think the D-line is going to follow Max as far as their conditioning. So I think a lot of our D-line can play the majority of these games. I think we're going to have a little bit of a rotation. But I'm thinking that Wilkins and, of course, Tyree and Kuntz, and then Tyree and Kuntz already been kind of under Max. You bring in Wilkins, I think they're going to get on the conditioning level of a Max to where they can play a lot of downs. So I think we definitely do need an extra defensive lineman somewhere in there. But definitely kind of want to see, because I don't think Tyree's going to ever be a true defensive end. I think he's going to be an inside player. So I really would like to just keep him there and you know, hopefully he'll get better at that position. And we should just let Malcolm Kuntz have that end spot as far as starting. You know, I think we should keep Tyree right there, and then you could have Christian Wilkins right there, and then Max. That's what I'm looking at right now in my head. But you could definitely probably go draft another defensive lineman somewhere in the mid-round somewhere. I mean, you could go defensive tackle at 13. I mean, the only one I'm taking right there is probably the boy from Texas, Young. I like Sweat, though. See, I think we could probably get Sweat maybe a little later in the draft. Maybe we could maybe get Sweat maybe in the 3rd round, 2nd round maybe. I just think we got some options, you know what I'm saying, in the 2nd and 3rd round with some players, you know what I'm saying, depending on what we do with that 13 pick. Right? So, yeah, defensive lineman, I would drafting another one, though, if we could find another one. You know, whether it be another defensive end or another defensive tackle. I mean, but I think I want to see Tyree kind of grow into that spot right there. I'm looking at the spot in my head right now. So the other spot, that's Wilkins' spot right there. I'm looking at Max and I'm looking at fucking Malcolm Kuntz. That's the D-line right there, right? And then you'll have a little bit of a rotation with that. So you probably can go get another defensive end, because I don't think Tyree is going to really become a defensive end, a true defensive end. I don't know. I could be wrong. He got to develop some more fucking moves if he want to do that shit. That's all I'm saying with that. But yeah. Defensive tackle. You can never have enough defensive linemen, though. But if we not bringing back none of the defensive linemen that we let walk, I mean, would you bring back Adam Butler? I mean, bring back Adam Butler, and then there you go. There you go. Got a pretty solid rotation with that. And of course, like I just said, the boy Young from Alabama. All right, this boy disappeared from the roster. We know he on the roster, but we ain't seen him. Okay, so I'm hoping he might could show us something too, right? We got Matthew Butler still on the roster too, right? Matthew Butler. I mean, like I've been saying, right next, we've been getting all these defensive tackles, and we ain't been getting a lot out of them, bro. And then we letting them go. We have to let them go and then start all over at defensive tackle. Then we had to switch the boy from the outside of defensive tackle. So now we went and got us one, and then we switched Tyree to defensive tackle. That's our 2 defensive tackles right there. Just saying, right? Kuntz on the side, and then you got Max, right? And then we're going to fill in the rotational spot. Am I right? Okay. All right, then. So that's what we done did. But I'm naming defensive tackle. We traded one to the goddamn Chiefs defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? We let all the defensive tackle fucking go in free agency. Now, I mean, can we at least pick back up maybe Adam Butler? I'll take Adam Butler back on the roster, bro. And then we can still draft one. And there you go. How many defensive tackles is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 defensive tackles. You got at least 4 defensive tackles, bro. You all right. Now, I told somebody earlier, they was complaining about giving them too much guaranteed money. I said, bro, this is a type of player that you invest in. You invest in a defensive tackle like him, bro. Miami probably wanted to keep him, but they wasn't going to be able to pay him. So the Raiders scooped him up, and I'm glad, dog. I'm glad. This move right here was a fucking hammer. We came through for the defense, dog. We came through for Max on this one. We came through for the defensive line. Right? So for me, I don't care about the money. To me, it's worth it. And we gave him a 4-year deal, so he gonna be a Raider. Right? Loving that move. Loving that move. Now, right after that, kind of a downer, bruh. Jacobs goes to the Packers. I mean, look, the boy got the bag. They gave him a 4-year deal, $48 million total, $12 million due at the signing. He's only going to be $5 million on the cap for Green Bay. I know the Raiders offered him a deal. I know they did. I know they offered him a deal, but he going to be cheap on their cap. You know what I'm saying? And he going to a team that's pretty young. So a lot of folks were saying he going to Green Bay and this and that and this and that. Man, this reminded me of Charles Woodson, dog, when he went to Green Bay and he left the Raiders. I mean, we definitely was in shambles. I mean, kind of when he left. I thought Jacobs would be in a good situation coming in, but hey, Josh McDaniels, he didn't sign Jacobs when he should have, and we wouldn't even be worried about this right now. So for me, this goes back to Josh McDaniels, you know what I'm saying, and his decision making and not locking up Jacobs earlier. So Jacobs was looking for the max deal. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at the boy. He was looking for the max deal. He like, shit, I can go up here. I can go with a pretty solid team on the rise. Young. They want me. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, I'm going to the cold of Green Bay. Yeah. But Jacobs a soldier. He ain't worried about no cold, no Green Bay. He a soldier. He a soldier, bro. So for me, Doc, we got to draft us a running back now in the draft. A little bit higher in the draft. One of the top, we got to draft at least one of the top 3 to 4 running backs in this draft. I'm not saying the first round pick. I'm saying at least second round, third round. We need to go get a running back, bro. We need to get a running back that can eventually replace Josh Jacobs. I know we got Zamir White. I know we do. Not hating on Zamir White, bro. But what I'm saying is when you lose a player like a Josh Jacobs, you go draft his future replacement. Even if he the 3rd string running back. So what? Doesn't matter. Draft the potential and the talent. Let's go find somebody that's better than Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? That could be better than him. Let's go find a dual threat running back in this draft that can do both. And we won't regret it. I'll tell you that. We won't regret doing that. So I think we should draft a running back now that we lost Jacobs. Shout out to Jacobs, man. He got his bread. You know what I'm saying? They paid that boy. They gave that boy more than all the other running backs. You know what I'm saying? Right after all the other running backs came off the list, that boy went and got the super deal. So, hey, much respect to Jacobs, bro. Once a Raider, always a Raider. I ain't gonna hate on the boy. A lot of people with instant reactions was talking shit about it. You know, that's why I don't never instant react on this shit. Hey, it stung a little bit. I was kind of shocked. But I said, hey, man, the boy was trying to get that bread. You feel me? And shit, the Raiders just signed a defensive tackle. We just spent $100 million on defensive tackle. So I felt a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? By losing Josh Jacobs. Honestly, I felt a little bit better. Because I was like, well, damn, we just did that. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do something else at running back. Can't keep everybody, right? All right. Now, the next move, I'm like, okay, what we finna do now? I'm like, damn, I kind of think we need to go O-line here. I mean, I'm thinking right here, Justin Fields might be on the table. But then I'm hearing that Justin Fields, you know what I'm saying, the Bears want too much for Justin Fields. So I'm like, okay, well, if they want too much, I'm not willing to give up too much for Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? So what's the other option? A quarterback that I wasn't really looking at. We went and signed Gardner Minshew. Now, I will say, he's a little bit more agile than Aiden O'Connell. But I think Aiden O'Connell got a better arm overall. But I definitely think Gardner Minshew is a quarterback that can actually move the ball. You know what I'm saying? If we got the offense around him to do that. But I still think we need to draft a quarterback. We need to still attempt to draft a QB. Now, we did pay Gardner Minshew, so I don't see us getting Justin Fields. Because why would we pay Justin Fields and Gardner Minshew, you know what I'm saying, double-digit millions for two quarterbacks? We might as well just say, stick with Minshew like we just did. We just paid the boy, gave him a 2-year deal, $25 million. Right? Total. I don't see us taking on Justin Fields' 5th-year option contract at this point. So, you know, it is what it is with Fields. I just think the asking price was probably too high. And I think that's the reason why the Falcons went on and went and got Kirk Cousins. So for me, you know what I'm saying, what other teams did kind of told me a lot too. Even and the Steelers didn't try to go get Justin Fields. They just said, fuck it, we're going to get Russ and we're going to see what's up with Pickett. Right? So, yeah, I think the asking price is too high for Fields right now. So, they went and got Gardner Minshew. I mean, I wanted Baker Mayfield, but Baker Mayfield got a deal. You feel me? The boy got signed. He got a fucking deal. So, I'm cool with that. He got a deal. He did. Personally, I think we should have signed Baker before we signed Jimmy Garoppolo, but all right. Yeah, Gardner Minshew. His first season was pretty much his best season. And last season, he was able to get some numbers. Now, he is a little bit more agile. He pretty solid on the short passing game, but I think Aiden O'Connell got the better arm. It's going to be a battle, definitely. It's going to be a new playbook, too. So, I don't think Gardner going to have a whole lot of advantage over Aiden O'Connell because they both going to be learning the same offense. But I still think we should draft a QB, bro, if we can. I still think we should in the draft. Folks saying we're going to get J.J. McCarthy. I mean, I don't know. We might. But if we bypassing the QB in the first round, we stay at 13. I think we should either go corner. Well, now I think we should either go corner, linebacker, or O-line. I mean, we still need a guard. We'll see. We'll see on the secondary free agency. We'll see. We still need a guard. We still need a guard. We do. We still need another corner. We still need another linebacker. But I think we could draft that. You know what I'm saying? As far as free agency with the guards, I don't know. I mean, the top guards then already came off the board. But it's still some players out there. So like I say, we'll see. But for me, it's guard, cornerback, linebacker. Now, tight end. I mean, I think we should look at Austin Hooper. Just bring him back for a year. I mean, do you really want to draft a tight end? You could. As far as free agent corners, I mean, it's a couple. Everybody's saying we need to get a veteran, but I think we should just draft one, bro, and just ride with the corners that we got. Ride with Bennett, ride with Jack Jones, ride with Hobbs, draft another corner. I mean, we still got some other corners technically, you know what I'm saying? We still got some other corners technically. But yeah, I definitely think we need to add another linebacker and another corner. So, I don't know. I don't see us spending no more big money, is what I'm saying. A big chunk. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna try to eat off that 20, you know what I'm saying, and get us some players. That's basically what I'm saying, right? Hopefully. I mean, bro, we spent the big bank on the boy, DT. So yeah, our first move was our best move. I mean, we picked up Minshew. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll let them boys compete. Hopefully we'll get another quarterback in the building, though. Hopefully in the draft. Let's still look at that. And we need to draft a running back. Look at one of the top running backs, bro. We could take a running back maybe in the second round, maybe in the third round. I'm with it. There's some good running backs in this draft. Go ahead and put that in the mix. Yeah, we got Zamir White. It's whatever. Okay? But you still need to address that. All right? And then you'll have another running back on a rookie deal. All right? And then you won't have to worry about paying the running back for a minute. I mean, you won't have to worry about it. We'll have Zamir White still on his, and then we'll have another one coming in on that. We only got Abdullah on a 1-year deal. So, yeah, we need to draft a running back. All right? I'm trying to cover all the bases with this shit, man. Honestly, we don't need to have no holes really on this team. No huge holes, really. We need to have depth. As much depth as possible. You know, I mean, we went and spend big on the D-line. Shit, man. First line of defense. We trying to get to some quarterbacks and stop some running backs. That's what I'm seeing with AP. They trying to build the defense up. So let's make sure we making smart moves with the offense. You know what I'm saying? We building up that depth as well. O-line too. We also kept Andre James. So I'm good with that. We also kept Andre James as well. Base salary, $4 million. I'm good with that. $6 million on the cap. I mean, fuck it, bro. That's our center. Maybe we can draft a center behind him or something in the draft. That's my whole thing. Whatever veterans, older players we got, more than like 3 years experience, bro, that we got on this roster, they veterans. We need to draft rookies behind these positions. So we won't be in this position that we was this year where we had to re-sign our center because we didn't have nobody behind them. We had to re-sign them. You know what I'm saying? We need to be in a position to where if we thinking about not paying a player or taking some money elsewhere, we need to draft rookies behind these positions at all positions. We don't need to ignore no position. We don't need to ignore quarterback, just like we don't need to ignore the offensive line, just like we don't need to ignore the safety position, just like we don't need to ignore the corner position and yada, 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 blah, 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 and all the other positions. So that's kind of what I'm looking for as far as a pattern when it comes to the Raiders. When we have these veterans or we bring in free agents, we bring in players or bring in veteran players, let's start looking ahead and drafting rookies in this draft behind these players and develop them. So whenever the time comes, when free agency or whatever players want to leave or players don't pan out, we got somebody right there behind them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that goes for every position. So, yeah, definitely, I think we should still be looking at a QB in the draft some type of way. If we don't go at 13, Then we can get one a little bit later. We need to be looking at a running back, drafting a good running back, dual threat running back. Despite who we got on the roster right now, gonna have that in the back, bringing that up, developing that up, see how it fall. Go get a guard. Possibly go draft a guard if you don't get one in free agency. I mean, if you don't want to re-sign Van Roten, even though I probably wouldn't, I'll probably just go draft one or go look at free agency and see if I can get something. Because we need a guard. Luminor went to the Giants. So we need a guard. You know what I'm saying? Luminor is a guard. He's not a tackle. So yeah, that's pretty much what we should do. O-line, maybe a running back, another quarterback somewhere in there, and then defensively, a cornerback and a linebacker. And we should be good. We should be pretty good with that. Got about 20 mil left, so we can get us a couple more players. If we can address a couple more things, make some smart moves. We done made some solid moves so far. Because, I mean, I was entertaining Russell Wilson. So the fact that we did get Gardner Minshew, I mean, okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? He younger. And then Russ went on to the Steelers. So, cool. The Raiders had to do what they had to do right there at the quarterback position. Honestly, if you're just looking at it. Gardner Minshew, he was kind of in the mid-range. But I didn't expect us to get him. I kind of thought Russ was going to come to the Raiders. But, yeah. So, yeah. Getting Gardner Minshew, stopgap quarterback, bridge quarterback. That's what I'm saying. We need to draft one, and we still got Aiden O'Connell no matter what. So, for me, like, we can really take advantage of a situation where we can really develop a quarterback room. If we don't draft a quarterback, let's look at the undrafteds. Let's bring in another QB. You know what I'm saying? But if we could get us one in the draft, I mean, look, I would draft like a Spencer Rattler, bro, and just bring that boy up. I'm just saying, for instance, right? I'll draft for Joe Milton, bring him up. I'll draft for a Pratt, bring him up. If you don't want to go in for a first-round quarterback at 13. Some people saying Jordan Travis. I think he more of a project, but okay. Every position from now on, we need to start drafting rookies behind these positions, these players in these positions that we got for show starters and veterans that's starting and superstar players. We need to draft rookies behind them that we think we can get them to that level of that starter. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Drafting players behind players that you can bring up to that level. You're going to need them later. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like money in the bank. If you're doing it correctly. That's how you build the great teams and the great dynasties. Just look at the Philadelphia Eagles. What they do every year. They draft well and they take chances on players. And then they stacked at almost every position. So they can afford to swap running backs. It'd be like, hey, Saquon, you want to come over here? Hey, bro, we gonna let Swift go over there, bro. You just get Saquon, come over here, dog. We good. We loaded. We loaded on defense. We loaded on offense. Like a team like that, you know what I'm saying? That really know how to manage a roster. I mean, go look at the Philadelphia Eagles roster, man. Just go look at it, man. Go check it out. I mean, it's some very talented football players over there, man, on one team. And they continue to keep signing more talent and get more talent. In the offseason draft, it don't matter. So I just think we just need to look at a team like that, you know, that they just know how to keep it together, right? You know, I just hope we become that. But that was a good first step with Christian Wilkins, man, for real. So, yeah, that kind of took off the sting for Jacobs, man. getting Christian Wilkins. We really hit with the hammer. So, hey, Raider Nation for life. I'm out.
Just win. Play hard. Try not to make mistakes. But don't worry about mistakes because there's only one thing that counts. Just win.